Why do many people think that France is only known for arts or fashion and perhaps consequently favors students in that discipline only? Well, I think that's simply not true because there are engineering, tech, business, public health, and international development programs, internships too, and there is actually a strong job market in these fields. Okay, do not sleep on France just because it is not hyped like the UK or the US. The support system there for international students is actually strong in many ways. All right, bonjour, besties. Hello, besties. Welcome back to Thrive with Jane. And today, I will be sharing another powerful piece that could change your life this year. And that is why you should seriously consider studying in France this year. Now, whether you are dreaming of an affordable degree, a multicultural experience, or scholarships that cover nearly everything, France may, just may, be your next open door. And yes, even if you don't speak French, yay! Now, I'll be sharing the benefits, the challenges, and personal advice you will not hear anywhere else. So, get your pen and your notebook. We are going in. First things first, why is the French education system considered unique? What makes France unique is that it has one of the most respected and affordable higher education systems in the world. Yes, and there are three types of institutions in France. One is the public university or public institution. These are low cost and they are research driven. The second is the elite schools. These are highly specialized and of course highly competitive. And you also have the technology schools. These are for technical or short-term studies, right? And now let's talk about tuition and fees and cost of living. Now, for public universities, the charge could be around 170 euro to over 3,000 for most degrees, like bachelor's and master's. For private schools, the cost would vary widely from about 8,000 to 20,000 if you can afford them. And well, I think you can afford them. The living cost in Paris is actually expensive, but there are smaller cities like Lyon are quite affordable. Now, many cities also offer student discounts, meal tickets, housing supports, and all of that. Now, compare these numbers I just gave you with other countries where tuition is about 20,000 US dollars to 50,000 US dollars in a year. You can see, it becomes clear why France is a winner. Now, you can study and still live a full life. That's what it means. Okay, now let's talk about scholarships and funding opportunities. First on that list will be Eiffel Excellence Scholarship. And this is for Masters and PhD. Of course, it covers your tuition, your monthly stipend, return flights, insurance. Okay. And second on that part would be Campus France scholarships. There's this website, what's the name again? Usecampusfrance.org for country-specific options. Okay. There are also regional scholarships, university-based aid, and if you are from Africa or Asia, there are special bilateral programs just for you. And yes, some universities also offer housing aid, meal plans, and language support. Now, let's talk about diversity, inclusion, and multicultural life. Now, as an immigrant and a Black woman myself, and also an expat, I truly understand what it means to worry about belonging. Now, France is one of the most diverse countries in Europe, and there are thriving African, Caribbean, and Asian population. There are also faith-based communities, cultural associations, student groups available. 1 in 8 students in France is international, so you will definitely meet people from Senegal, from Morocco, from Nigeria, China, Brazil, and beyond. So yeah, France does have something that you might be looking for. Now, let's talk about language barrier. What if I don't speak French? Some of you worry. No, do not, I repeat, do not let the fear of language hold you back. You will pick up. Yeah, just like I did with Japanese. You can start small, like using Duolingo, YouTube lessons, or you can even find a local tutor. Now, over 1,500 languages are taught in English. So yeah, Some universities also offer low-cost French classes for students. You can live in France with beginner French. Just learn basics before you leave your country to the place, and then you pick up gradually. Essentially, I think that language is a gateway, not a wall or a huge deal breaker. Let's talk about working and staying in France after graduation. Okay, this isn't just about degree. It's about creating a life. If you are thinking or you're dreaming of international impact or long-term stay, France is a real contender. That's because students can work up to 20 hours a week. That's about 964 hours per year. About post-study visa. Now, after graduation, you can apply for post-study work permit for up to 2 years, right? Now, let's talk about the strong job market in sectors like engineering, health, business, tech, and research. Also, there are pathways to permanent residency or even citizenship after a few years. Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about the challenges to respect. But don't be discouraged. I'm not trying to discourage you. See, French admin culture equals patience required. Also, culture shock can happen, especially if you're from a warmer or more expressive culture like Nigeria, Yeah, watch my video about culture shock and be guided, given that Japan may be similar, coming from Nigeria to Japan, it's something like that. Okay, now let's talk about racism. It may exist as with many other places, but do not let it define your journey. Okay. Also, accommodation can be tricky in big cities, but remember, anything worth doing comes with some inconveniences. Your dreams will always cost you something, but what you gain is worth more. Okay, finally, and a sort of encouragement. Now, if your heart is beginning to stir right now, do not ignore it. France may be your next divine open door. Whether you're a student, a parent supporting one student, or you're a dreamer praying for direction, God has a plan for you. Now, go and ask questions, do your research, and start planning now. Who knows? And if you need help, drop them in the comments. I read every single one. Now, if this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share because that's how it gets to other students like you who can make use of the valuable information shared in this video. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye. Good luck.